Hello, beautiful souls. This is Elena Fouché coming to you live from the French Alps. I was meditating this morning and my mind did that really fun thing of thinking, I'm not reaching mindful state. Um, I'm not doing this right because I'm not in that beautiful state. And that always makes me laugh because, of course, in the moment, I believe it like, oh, doing something wrong, not in the right. I need to get there. Need to get there, not there. Okay, and you will think this is funny too by the end of this video, I hope. Um, well, okay, here's the thing. Presence, mindfulness, is not actually a state. It's you watching the states. Okay, so let's back up. First, being present, what does that mean? That means paying attention to what's happening right now. So it's me just noticing what's going on, including the states that I'm in. What's a state? Okay, a state, it can be a state of happiness, a state of bliss, a state of unhappiness, a state of confusion, right? So they're like mental, emotional places or ways of being. And they come and go, right? Happiness comes and goes. Bliss comes and goes. Nirvana comes and goes. And mindfulness is not about reaching a state. Now, of course, there are some kinds of meditation that are about reaching states. Transcendental meditation, people often want to reach a certain state. So that is a place that you're getting to if you're doing certain kinds of meditation. If you're doing mindfulness or meditation that is for achieving presence, which is why I practice meditation, any kind of meditation. It's not about reaching a state. It's about you noticing your states. So we'll do a little exercise for that in a moment. Just know that, the mind thinking, oh, I haven't reached the right state, I'm not doing this right, is a state. That is a mental, emotional way of being or set of thoughts, we could say, in that case, that you can watch, you can notice, just like you can watch yourself be in bliss, you can watch yourself be angry or upset or confused or anything else. So that's a pretty fun one because I believe it in the moment, right, when it happens, and yet it makes me laugh because there isn't actually a state to be achieved. I'm not doing mindfulness wrong or being present in a wrong way if I'm not in a certain state. And yet in that moment, my mind goes, I'm not there. Okay, let me give you an example so this will make more sense. All right, think of a time when you were happy. First experience that comes to mind. Yeah, when were you happy? What did it feel like? What did it look like? What did it sound like? Who were you with? Okay, now shift to an experience that you can remember where you felt sad or unhappy. First one that comes to mind. Doesn't have to be big or little, just something. What did it feel like? What did it look like? What did it sound like or smell like? Who were you with? Were you alone? Okay, now think of a neutral experience. The first one that comes to mind, it could be like getting dressed, eating breakfast, standing here watching this video, whatever. Okay, so you have 3 different experiences there, 3 different states. You have a state of happiness, a state of unhappiness, and a state of neutralness. Those are states. Those are mental, emotional places to be. And if you notice in all 3 of those moments where you were thinking about happiness, thinking about sadness, and thinking about neutrality, and experiencing happiness, because when we think about happiness, we start to experience it biochemically, actually. Like you really do experience happiness. That's how you influence your states. And when you're thinking and feeling happiness, when you're thinking and feeling unhappiness, and when you're thinking and feeling neutrality, notice that there's a part of you that's always there, that doesn't change. So do that again, just sort of reflect on happiness, unhappiness, and neutrality. And notice there's a part of you that always stays the same, that doesn't change. Okay? That part of you, we could call the observer, the watcher, the noticer. I can't think of the other classic names, but the observer is the big one. But that's you. And what we're doing when we're being present is we're coming from that place and we're noticing states, right? So you're just sitting there or standing there, meditating, and you're noticing your states going by, right? So you're noticing, oh, right now I'm thinking about something happy. Oh, right now I'm thinking about something sad. Oh, right now I'm noticing my breath. Oh, right now I'm thinking I'm not in a state. Let me give you one more example. Another example that works a lot for people, just to make it even more clear, or if the first one wasn't so clear for you. Think about any moment you can remember when you were a child, like a small child. First memory that comes to mind of you being a small child. Okay, and now think of a memory of you as a teenager, or if you're a teenager now, just some memory in between your first memory and your current age. So maybe when you were 10, whatever. Okay, and now just notice yourself right now, whatever age you are right now. How's it feel? Yeah, what does it look like? Okay, so again, no matter what age you thought about and re-experienced and felt again, there's a part of you that doesn't change. There's a part of you that doesn't age, in fact. It's ageless. Yeah? That part of you was there when you were 2. That part of you was there when you were a teenager. In between, if you're a teenager now, that part in between being really little and now. If you're an adult, that's teenager, potentially. And then there's a part of you that's still here now, that has not changed. From when you were a little kid until now. It's a part of you that's ageless in that sense. Okay, that part of you is the part that's mindful. That's the observer. That's the part of you that can see and notice yourself. Oh, right now I'm however old you are. This is me being 45 or 100 or 12 or whatever. Okay, so it's not a state. It's you. And I hope that's clear, because when people used to say that to me, I'd be like, what? If it's me that I'm trying to get to, why do I need to meditate? Like, I'm already here, right? I can't go anywhere. True. The thing is that you get caught up in your states. I get caught up in my states. Even when I'm meditating, I get caught up in thinking, oh, I'm not in the meditative state. And hopefully now you see why that is super funny. Because it works. I believe it. You probably believe it. And it's just wrong. If we could say that anything is wrong. It's inaccurate. How's that? Okay, if you have any questions about this or want to share any comments, please shoot me an email or whatever. Let me know. I hope that helps, and welcome to my fun meditation this morning. Take care. See you next time.